Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to understand a very important question from the Leetcode, that is bitwise OR of subarrays, right? So the question we have given is 898, right? And we have to find what? The bitwise OR of the subarrays. Very first, the question is saying that we have given an array, right? And we are to find how many unique values we can form, right, with this by taking the bitwise OR, right? So if we have given an array and we have to find the unique values, right? We have to find the how many unique values we have that we can form the bitwise OR of all the possible non-empty subarrays. Okay, it means a subarray is a continuous slice of the array that we already knows, right? And for each subarray we have to perform the bitwise OR of an element, right? So of all the elements we have to perform the bitwise operator on the subarray. For each subarray, let's understand. So let's understand what is the subarray. Let's suppose if there is elements are there in the array, can we represent this like this, right? So we know that if we'll slice the array, let's suppose I want to slice from here, right? What will happen? 1 is here, right? And 2, 3 is here. Can we say that, right? So this is called subarray. There can be more possibilities of the subarrays. That can be independent of each element will be there. Then will be combinations of the array, right? That we have already understood in the last 3 days. Okay. So the subarrays that have the continuous slice, right, from the array, right? So for each subarray that we can form from an array by slicing the elements, right? We have to perform and the on that subarray's element we have to perform the bitwise operation of all the elements. Understand? So this is the question we are saying. Okay, now it is saying count how many different OR results are there. Okay, you'll understand how. Very first we should understand the bitwise OR. What is bitwise OR? So we know this operator, right? Whenever we write this means it's a OR operator, right? We have already seen this operator and the not operator, right? What you call the JOR operator, right? We have already seen these things. Okay, so if we see this OR operator means it compares what? It compares 2 bits, right? So if I'll take 1 and 2, it gives you, let's suppose this 1 we will represent in 0 and this 2 will represent into 0. 1 0 means 0 1 and 1 0, right? So when we compare the OR operator, what will happen? It will give you 1 and 1, and this 1 1 will represent what? This 3. I hope you understand, right? So whenever we compare the 2 bits, right, like this, right, we are converting it into binaries, right? And after that you will compare. Once you compare, you will form some new what you call binaries, and that binaries will represent the digit. Similarly, we have another example. Let's suppose 2 and 4. If you compare this, it will form like this. Okay, means 1 0 is there, and then we have 0 0. So from 0 0 you will get 0, this 1 1. So this is the rule we have for the OR operator, right? Now understand the example. Very first, what we have given? We have given this example. The array elements are 1, 2, and 4. So we need to look all the non-empty subarray. What are the non-empty subarray? So we can, if we'll form the array, we can form like this, right? There is more possibilities are there. Let's see what are the sub arrays there. Okay. So if we'll represent this into all the possible subarrays, let's suppose that is non-empty. So non-empty means we can keep one element and this 2 element, all these 3 element, right? So these are the possibilities, right? If we'll take 2, 2, 4 and 4, right? We can take, so all are the, these are the individuals we can represent in the subarray as a subarray from the given array. Okay, now if we'll represent this into, if we'll take the bitwise, right, there is only one element, right, in this subarray. If there is only one element, if we'll represent this, it will become what? 0 1, right? So 0 1 means 1 bit, so there is only 1 bit is there. It will really represent it. If we'll take the OR, there is no other elements are there, We can say if there is nothing empty, it will give you 0 1, means 1. We are getting 1 bit. Now we'll take 1 and 2. Okay, so if 1 and 2 is there, means 1 for 1 it is what? We know the formula 8 for 2 1, right? From 1 you will get 0 1, let's suppose, and for 2 you will get what? 1 0. If we'll make it, it will give you 1 1, that you will get it, right? Similarly, we have 1 2 3 4. So for you already knows that from 1 and 2 bit we get what? 1 1. Now we have 4. So for 4 what we will need to? Only we need 0. What you will do, let's represent one more 0 is there, so you can easily understand, right? Now if you'll do the sum, you will get what? Sorry, not and odd operator, right? You will apply, you will get these 3, and it is equal to what? If you do all this sum, you will get 7, right? And that gives you 7. So like this, you have to understand the bitwise operation. So we need all the subarrays. We have to find from this given array, right? And we have to find all the subarray. This is the question is saying that. Okay, and after that you will apply the bitwise OR. That is, this we have to do it. Okay, I hope you understand. Means first of all we'll find the subarrays and then we will apply the bitwise OR. I hope you understand, right? Then what we need to do? So the OR result is what? From the each subarray we will get what? For 1 we are getting 1, for 2 we are getting 1 2 we are getting 3. Like this we will get all these results, right? So what are the unique values? You check the, there can be repeated value will come, but for us we are not getting like any duplicate value in this, right? You keep watching. Okay, so all the unique values from the subarrays are 1 to 7, right? And so can we say the total unique OR values are what? 6. So this is the problem is saying, right? I hope you understand. So in some simple term, what is the idea? So instead of generating all the subarrays, right, that we have generated all the subarray, which is a slow, that is, as a programmer you understand, right? Because if you create, there is only one element, there is only 3 elements are there, and how many we have created the subarray? You can say 6. Similarly, if there is a big array, right, so it will become slow to generate all the sub arrays, right? So we should use a set to track the combination ending at each index. So we want to find what? Combinations that at each index we are getting, right? So we have to track. So what we will do, we will use a set, right, to track the combinations ending at each index. And then what we will do, we'll reuse the result to avoid recomputation. We will check what we will do, we'll reuse this result. As you remember what I have done here, when I was calculating this, right? So I know that this is the result we got, right, for 1 and 2. When I'm going to calculate from here to here, right, we know that this value will give you what? 3. And then we'll apply OR on the 4, and this will give you what? 7. So I was knowing that this will give you the result, right? Similarly, you should understand, if this result is already calculated, right, means we don't want to recalculate, just will reuse it to avoid the recomputation. So what is our goal? So our goal is to, we want to find how many unique bitwise OR values we have that we can form from the non-empty subarray. I hope you understand, right? What are the key observations we have found till now? Bitwise OR is a monotonic non-decreasing, right? It is non-decreasing. Okay, it means when you apply the OR, right, more numbers, the result never gets smaller, right? Means you have seen, when you apply 1 and 2, it gives you 3. When you apply 1 2 and 4, right, so it was what? Giving 3, and this was giving 4, so it give you 7, right? So it never gets smaller, it keep increasing, right? Like we have seen yesterday, right? So if you apply the other, then the not, we can say, or what you call bitwise or bitwise ZOR, right, that will give you a different result, right? Maybe decreasing a smaller one, but in the OR operations it will give you the increasing one. Okay, I hope you understand. For example, if we'll take what? These things, you are saying that it is keep increasing, right? If you apply, so once a bit is set to OR result, it stay in the set. Okay, let me clean it so you will understand. So we can reuse the previous result for each array, that is called new array, right? and the possibly the subarray ending at I, right? So just do this array and you do the result or of the previous one, right? From array from here to here means array at I means array at I minus 1, right? Then array at minus 2, like that. You keep doing that, and then you will, instead of recomputing, you keep the all the sets into result. Okay, so this is the way we will do it, and we'll find the what do you call, uh, let's understand the code so you can understand. Okay, you pause this, you want to read it, then you read it. So very first what I need to do, we will create a set, two set we will create, right? Let's call a result and previous, means we will store all the unique values that will come from the calculating, right? The result, all unique value of the or will store here, right? And this is the or result that came from the previous ending at index. Okay, so two things we have defined first, right? The very first result and then previous, and both are set. So set will contain the unique values. So in collection framework, if you remember, right, there is a list, and the list contains what? Array list, linked list, set, hash set, like that we have given. So right, like that we in the linked list we have given, and then we have a set. Sorry, okay, the set we have the hash set and those things. Okay, let me clean it. Okay, and so the set contains what? Unique value. Now we have to loop over each number in the array. How will we do that? Using the for each, right? Just you try set on the current. This is a hash set. Keep adding the element where on the current. Now we have to expand all the subarrays. So what we will do? We'll check the previous, right? From previous we'll get the element. If previous we have, just we'll do what? Or, and we'll add on to where? On the current. Similarly, we'll keep adding on to the result. Once you find the result, you will keep adding here. Okay, and then we return the result, right? Let's understand through an example. Very first, let's suppose we have 1, 2 and 4. Okay, in the array we have given what? 1, 2 and 4. Okay, now let's suppose if we will very first we'll get what? 1. Okay, so we'll add on to the current. So what will happen? Let's call is current, right? So current will contain what? Is 1. Okay, then you will come here. In the previous we don't have anything, so we'll not go here, right? What will happen? We'll directly add the current into the result. So you have added onto the result is also having 1. Okay, then the previous is at what? Now previous is having current, that is 1. So initially all will have 1. Can we say that? Now clean it. So previously all have what? We have current have 1, and result have 1, and previous has 1, right? Now we'll go with the, it was 1, 2 and 3, right? Now we'll move to the 2, right? So current is at where? 2, right? Now we'll take what? The we'll do the or with the previous, right? That we have to do, means previous what we have is 1, right? Current we have is 2. We know what we'll get. We'll get 3, right? So now current will contain what? 2 and 3. Can we say that? We can get it. Now the result will happen what? Result will contain 1, 2 and 3. What is previous will have? So we'll add the previous also. So we'll say previous will contain 2 and 3, right? Now we'll reach to index number what? 2. Means number, not, this is not 3, it's for 4. So index number will reach to the 2, that is number 4. Now current will get what? At 4, let's suppose. We'll get the current, right? We'll add the current into where? On the we have added all the current, we'll got the num, and we have added into the current, right? So now current is 4. Now in the we'll do the or with 2 and 3, right? Because we have to take the or, right? So now we have or is 2, 3. So do by 2, 3. So first of all we'll 2 and 4, current is 4, and then we'll do what? 3 and 4. So two combinations are there, right? So you will apply this, right? You will get here 6, or here you will get what? 7, right? You just apply by that you will get it. Now we have to update this current. This current will update it. Now it will go what? 4, 6 and 7, right? So, now your result will get added what? Previously it was result was 1 to 3, right? Now you got what? 4, 6 and 7, right? So you have to add it on the result. So result will contain what? Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 7. 5 is not there. Okay, so this result will get like that. You will keep finding all of this. Okay, means very first you will get all the elements, you will keep adding onto the where, onto the current now, right? Then if the previous contains, right, so all the previous will do what? Will do the or and will add into the current. So your current will get added like that. We have got the current, right? Current, we have, when we got the 4, right? Let's suppose the last element will came, right? So we know that current, this current is nothing but what? 4. But the previous contains is what? It's 2 and 3, right? So first we have applied what? 2 and 4, right? We get 6. Then we got 3 from the previous, we'll get the 3, means x is 3. Then 3 and 4, we'll get the 7. And we have added on the current all these results that will apply onto the where, on the current. So current will happen what? 4, 6 and 7, right? And the result we already have what is, previous was 1, 2 and 3. So now this and this will get added where? At here, right? So we will get what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. I hope you understand, right? Let's move to the next. After that you will return the result. So result will return you the 6 element that we have, 1, 2, 3 and what was that? 4, 6 and 7. These were the elements for that. It will return it. I hope you like this video and I'll see you in the next one. So what is the time complexity? It will give 32 into n, right? Because we'll do the OR combination, that it will keep increasing slowly due to the bit limits. Okay, and O of k will give you the unique OR values, and it is bounded to 32 bit, right? 0 to 31 bit, so you can say 32 bit, right? So in this case you will get, in the worst case you will get like this. In the worst case you can also say it will give O of k, because it's k is the number of unique OR values we will get, right? Thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Please like, subscribe this channel so you will get better videos, and do like, because if you'll promote this video, right, share with your friends, you will get better content in future. It will motivate me to create the better videos for you. If you have any suggestion, please put me in the comment box. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this video.